Parliament Day 1 of winter session, and let's get you those live images coming in from the Lok Sabha.
माननीय सदस्यगण, मैं अत्यंत दुख के साथ सभा को 18वीं लोकसभा के हमारे दो पूर्व साथियों के निधन के बारे में सूचित करना चाहता हूं। श्री बसंतराव बलवंतराव चौहान महाराष्ट्र के नांदेड़ संसदीय निर्वाचन क्षेत्र से इस लोकसभा के सदस्य थे। वे महाराष्ट्र विधानसभा और महाराष्ट्र विधान परिषद के सदस्य भी रहे। श्री चौहान एक शिक्षाविद थे जिन्होंने नायगांव महाराष्ट्र में अनेक शैक्षणिक संस्थाएं स्थापित की। श्री बसंतराव बलवंतराव चौहान का निधन 70 वर्ष की आयु में 26 अगस्त 2024 को तेलंगाना के गाची बोबली में हुआ। श्री एस.के. नूरुल इस्लाम पश्चिम बंगाल के बसीरहाट संसदीय निर्वाचन क्षेत्र से 18वीं लोकसभा के सदस्य थे। वे 15वीं लोकसभा के सदस्य भी रहे। श्री नूरुल इस्लाम ने कृषि संबंधी समिति के सदस्य रूप में कार्य किया। इससे पूर्व पश्चिम बंगाल विधानसभा के सदस्य भी रहे। श्री एस.के. नूरुल इस्लाम का निधन 60 वर्ष की आयु में 25 सितंबर 2024 को पश्चिम बंगाल के उत्तर 24 परगना में हुआ। श्री एम लॉरेंस केरल के इडुक्की संसदीय निर्वाचन क्षेत्र से 7वीं लोकसभा के सदस्य थे। श्री लॉरेंस ने गैर सरकारी सदस्यों के विधेयकों तथा संकल्पों संबंधी समिति के सदस्य के रूप में कार्य किया। श्री एम लॉरेंस का निधन 95 वर्ष की आयु में 21 सितंबर 2024 को केरल के एरानकुलम में हुआ। श्रीमती एम पार्वती आंध्र प्रदेश के ओंगले संसदीय निर्वाचन क्षेत्र से 11वीं लोकसभा की सदस्य थी। वह आंध्र प्रदेश राज्य विधानसभा की सदस्य भी रही। श्रीमती एम पार्वती का निधन 77 वर्ष की आयु में 25 सितंबर 2024 को चेन्नई में हुआ। श्री हरीशचंद्र देवराव चौहान महाराष्ट्र के डिंडोरी संसदीय निर्वाचन क्षेत्र से 14वीं, 15वीं, 16वीं लोकसभा के सदस्य थे। श्री चौहान ने अनेक संसदीय समितियों में कार्य किया। इससे पूर्व चौहान महाराष्ट्र विधानसभा के सदस्य भी रहे। श्री हरीशचंद्र देवराम चौहान का निधन।
So the winter session of Parliament, as is customary, beginning with the list of obituaries as MPs are paying their respects. But you did see a brief moment there. Soon after the national anthem ended, the opposition already starting to raise slogans of Adani. So that makes it very clear as to exactly what's going to be the biggest talking point as far as the opposition strategy is concerned. But right now in Lok Sabha, as you're seeing a moment of silence being witnessed to pay tribute to all of the MPs MPs who've unfortunately passed away. You've got the Prime Minister present there. You've got Home Minister Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, and all of the senior BJP leaders. And on the other hand, in the opposition also, you've got several top leaders present there. The House adjourned in Lok Sabha after the formalities have been completed. So you're already seeing essentially that both sides have got their strategy in place. Today you're going to be seeing just the formalities being ironed out. And from tomorrow is when you will see all of the issues that the BJP plans to raise, including several bills, almost 15 of them that they're planning to introduce in the winter session, that they'll start pushing forward with. As far as the opposition is concerned, they've already moved an adjournment motion seeking a discussion on the US court indictment against Gautam Adani. But let's tell you about what the Prime Minister said just about 30 minutes ago in his address ahead of the winter session kicking off. You had Prime Minister Modi lashing out at the opposition, saying, let there be debate, stop disrupting. The people will continue to reject unruly elements. Let's play out some of the highlights of what the Prime Minister said. So the Prime Minister essentially has asked and appealed to the opposition, asking them to go ahead and be a part of the discourse in Parliament, to debate, to discuss, but not to disrupt. In a few seconds that we've seen in the Lok Sabha, the opposition has made it very clear that they're going to continue chanting, demanding a debate on Adani. Let's play out some of the message is that the Prime Minister put out.
जो नए सांसद होते हैं, नए विचार, नई ऊर्जा लेकर के आते हैं, और ये किसी एक दल में नहीं, सभी दल में आते हैं, उनके अधिकारों को कुछ लोग दबोच देते हैं। सदन में बोलने का उनको अवसर तक नहीं मिलता है। पार्लियामेंट में स्वस्थ चर्चा हो, ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग चर्चा में अपना योगदान दें। दुर्भाग्य से कुछ लोगों ने अपने राजनीतिक स्वार्थ के लिए जिनको जनता ने अस्वीकार किया है, वे संसद को भी मुट्ठी भर लोगों के हुड़दंगबाजी से कंट्रोल करने का लगातार प्रयास कर रहे हैं। उनका अपना मकसद तो संसद की गतिविधि को रोकने से ज्यादा सफल नहीं होता है, और देश की जनता उनके सारे व्यवहारों को काउंट करती है, और जब समय आता है तो सजा भी देती है। मैं बार बार खास करके विपक्ष के साथियों से आग्रह करता रहा हूं, और कुछ विपक्ष बहुत जिम्मेदारी से व्यवहार करते भी हैं। उनकी भी इच्छा रहती है कि सदन में सुचारू रूप से काम हो, लेकिन लगातार जिनको जनता ने नकार दिया है, वे अपने साथियों की बात को भी दबोच देते थे, उनकी भावनाओं का भी अनादर करते हैं, लोकतंत्र की भावनाओं का अनादर करते हैं। मैं आशा करता हूं कि हमारे नए साथियों को अवसर मिले। सभी दल में नए साथी हैं। लोकतांत्रिक परंपरा में हर पीढ़ी का काम है आने वाली पीढ़ियों को तैयार करे, लेकिन 80-80, 90-90 बार जनता ने जिनको लगातार नकार दिया है, वे न संसद में चर्चा होने देते हैं, न लोकतंत्र की भावना का सम्मान करते हैं, न ही वह लोगों की आकांक्षाओं का कोई महत्व समझते हैं, उनका उसके प्रति कोई दायित्व है वो कोई समझ पाते हैं। और उसका परिणाम है वो जनता की उम्मीदों पर कभी भी खड़े नहीं उतरते हैं और परिणाम स्वरूप जनता को बार बार उनको रिजेक्ट करना पड़ रहा है।
Let's bring in Aishwarya Paliwal, who's joining us with all the updates of what to expect in the winter session. Aishwarya, we've heard the message from the Prime Minister where, again, almost routine now, that before the session of Parliament kicks off, he appeals to the opposition, saying, let's debate, let's discuss, don't resort to these disruptive tactics in Parliament. And yet every single time it's the same story. For the BJP this time, they're going to have to counter the opposition's narrative on the Adani controversy.
Well, Akshita, let me tell you one thing that the Bharatiya Janata Party very categorically said on the same day when the report came out. It was Sambit Patra. He held a press conference and he said, with regards to what's happening in the United States of America and Gautam Adani, it's a private company. So that's the reason why BJP wants to stay away from it. But they also raised fingers at the 4 state governments, those governments which were being ruled by the opposition parties back then. So the BJP very clearly will be pointing fingers at those states and the chief ministers at that time because they were opposition ruled and now they are the allies of the Congress party. So that's something that the BJP has been very clear about. They do not want to get into the issue, but the opposition also, and specifically some MPs. If we speak about TMC's Mahua Moitra, she's been at the forefront. She's been putting out videos and asking the government questions about the functionings of Gautam Adani, not just in India, but even abroad. The other person, the leader of the opposition, Rahul Gandhi, he's been speaking about Gautam Adani and the workings of the Adani group over the past many years. He too will be at the forefront. The Congress will be at the forefront, and that's the reason why we saw the adjournment. Just the time when the Lok Sabha began, the opposition parties started raising slogans against Gautam Adani, and they have also been linking, Akshata, Gautam Adani with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So that's also something that the opposition will do. However, appeals have been given by the government, more specifically by the top leader, the Prime Minister, who just a couple of minutes ago made an appeal to the opposition parties, asking them that if you want to raise issues, raise them, but make sure that the parliament functions.
As far as the opposition goes, Aishwarya, we had images coming in earlier of the opposition huddle that took place just before the winter session kicked off. And of course, there was a lot of talk about the absence of the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi. Is he there for the winter session? Is he going to be leading the charge for the opposition on the issue of Adani?
Well, if we speak about today is day one. On day one, we did not see Rahul Gandhi inside. So speculations are rife, Akshita. People don't know at the moment. Only Congress will be able to answer the question whether Rahul Gandhi will be inside. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra also, let me tell you, Akshita, is now an MP. She too could not be seen inside the house. So that's something that is questions are being raised, of course, not just about Rahul Gandhi, but about Priyanka Gandhi Vadra also, whether she'll be coming in, today or tomorrow, because she also has to take the oath as a new MP. So that's also something that people are keeping a very close eye on. But yes, we saw the images that came out. Mallikarjun Kharge was sitting there and all the opposition leaders, the main opposition leaders were sitting and they were deciding how to go about the entire session. Rahul Gandhi, however, Akshata, let me tell you, was missing even from that meeting and even from the parliament.
Okay, we'll have to see if Rahul does come in the next few days to essentially lead the opposition's attack on the government. They made it very clear that their focus is going to be on demanding answers from the BJP on the Adani issue, the US court indictment. Aishwarya, I request you to stay with me because while we talk about the winter session, one of the big headlines that will emerge from the session is the Waqf Amendment Bill. The centre has made it clear that they want to go ahead and push for this bill to be passed in this session. Besides that, the centre may also focus on the One Nation, One Poll proposal during the winter session. The government has argued that the Waqf law is unconstitutional and it needs to be amended. Union Minister Piyush Goyal has also, speaking to India Today, said that this new bill will prevent the misuse of the Waqf Act, which has allowed the illegal occupation of land, and it's time to stop that. So the opposition on the issue of Waqf will make it clear that they want, in fact, the Joint Parliamentary Committee to continue and their duration to be extended. So they are not for the bill to be brought in the winter session. So you can expect a showdown on that issue. Besides, on One Nation, One Poll too, they've made it very clear that they're against the proposal. They're making it clear that the only thing they want discussed in the winter session is the Adani bribery scam. They also want to debate on the unrest in Manipur and pollution in North India. Taking this back across to Aishwarya for more details. Aishwarya, as far as the Waqf bill is concerned, is there going to be a challenge for the government to really push this through? The previous session, they went ahead and ensured that it was recommended to a JPC. Now, the opposition saying we want the JPC to be extended. So they're making it clear that they're not ready yet for it to be passed.
Well, the opposition leaders, let me tell you, even when the JPC was taking place, Akshita, were very, very clear. Jagdambika Pal, who's the chairperson of the JPC, had a difficult time having a conversation with the opposition MPs. Now, it was this JPC where, if you remember, it was Kalyan Banerjee who broke a bottle, as a result, injured himself. And from what we understand, the shards of the glass were on the tables of the other MPs who were sitting close by. So keeping all those things in mind, the opposition has been very clear from day one, specifically the Samajwadi Party, the TMC. They have been saying that all that the government wants to do, basically they believe that the JPC is just a smokescreen. The government somehow wants to make sure that they have control over the Waqf properties. We have also seen how many prominent leaders have been speaking about the fact that for so many years the Waqf was functioning properly. What is the need for you to touch the board or the functioning in which the board, or to even look into the functioning of the Waqf board? So questions are being raised about the timing of it, and obviously at the moment the opposition believes that this is just a smokescreen. That's the reason. But from what we understand at the moment, Akshita, there is a possibility that the opposition could stage a walkout if the JPC, if the bill is actually tabled. But Jagdambika Pal very clearly saying that the draft report is ready, and the BJP at the moment very clear that they want to table the Waqf bill in this parliament session.
Okay, so besides the fact that you've got the opposition making it clear that they're going to repeatedly raise the issue of Gautam Adani and the bribery charges, it's clear that on the issue of Waqf too, they're not seeing eye to eye, the government and the opposition. Aishwarya, just stay with me. I want to play out what the Prime Minister had to say on the Waqf bill. This was on Saturday in his victory speech following the Maharashtra election results.
कांग्रेस ने तुष्टीकरण के लिए कानून बनाए, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश तक की परवाह नहीं की। इसका एक उदाहरण वक्फ बोर्ड है। दिल्ली के लोग तो चौंक जाएंगे। हालात ये थी कि 2014 में इन लोगों ने सरकार से जाते जाते दिल्ली के आसपास की अनेक संपत्तियां वक्फ बोर्ड को सौंप दी थी। बाबा साहब आंबेडकर जी ने जो संविधान हमें दिया है ना, जिस संविधान की रक्षा के लिए हम प्रतिबद्ध है, संविधान में वक्फ कानून का कोई स्थान ही नहीं है। लेकिन फिर भी कांग्रेस ने तुष्टीकरण के लिए वक्फ बोर्ड जैसी व्यवस्था पैदा कर दी।